But we finally got an update on the Alvin Kamara contract situation. Well, kind of. Mentioned in the interview recently that he does not want to discuss it. He doesn't even want to talk about it until after the season is over. And yes, he did sell his house in New Orleans. I see a bunch of the New Orleans Saints fan base smacking that panic button. Naturally, no need to fear. Your boy Grunt is here to tell you, relax.
Dwight, dude, you gotta take a chill pill, man.
Alvin Kamara, in his 8th year, says, even if I play 16 years, I'm on the back end of my career.
I'm at a halfway point. If I were to play 16 years or whatever, 10 years, I'm on the back end of my career, right? So
I feel like we should play that one more time.
I'm at a halfway point. If I were to play 16 years or whatever, 10 years, I'm on the back end of my career, right? So
I feel like we should really hear it, embrace it, and understand what exactly he is saying. I want us all to appreciate just how profound of a statement this is from Alvin Kamara. One that should be learned from. One that I feel like is hidden in the shuffle when people are talking about this interview and all the speculation from it. This statement right here, show everybody, whether you're an athlete, you have come into some money, whatever it is, it's a lesson to be smart, to be prepared. Because if you stay ready, there's no need to, everybody in the comments say, get ready. I respect Alvin Kamara for that. I've always respected him as a genuine person. And as somebody who's been fortunate enough to do some business with Alvin Kamara in terms of that GTA server, if y'all follow me back in my 2XG days, I understand how serious Alvin Kamara is about business. If you look at his deals with NASCAR, if you look at what he's done in terms of the local business and real estate across New Orleans since he's been drafted here. And I think we should take it seriously. I think him selling his house, I think that's a move for real estate. But I do also think it's to make a statement. I do think it's a business, and he's letting everybody know that, hey, look, I want to be a lifetime Saint, because he's making that not a secret at all. He's being very vocal. He's always been very vocal about how much he loves it here, the fan base, the culture, everything. But he did sell his house, and I think that says something. I think Dennis Allen and I think that whole coaching staff understand that based off the type of season that Alvin Kamara comes with, and I think Alvin Kamara understands what he has to bring to the table. I think it's only going to take a few games for I think there'd be enough pressure to pay Alvin Kamara some guaranteed money. But if by some chance Alvin Kamara has the comeback season of his career, and we're talking about 2025 and some guaranteed money, that leverage now goes to Alvin Kamara. That's the right move to make. Whether you're a fan of the Saints, whether you're a fan of Alvin Kamara, whether you think that he should be on the team beyond next year or not, it's a smart move. I don't think it's any shade, and I definitely don't think he wants to be anywhere else. And I get it. Everybody's just getting the little snippets from this interview. I feel like nobody's watching it. So we're going to go through it step by step. We're going to break it down. Shout out to NOF Network for this, it's for putting it on YouTube. I'm always going to give credit where it's due. We weren't in the locker room or nothing like that. But we are going to break down this interview so we could all just take a chill pill. And let me know in the comments section below, what do you think about the current Alvin Kamara situation? Do you think he deserves guaranteed money over the next 2 years, given everything he's done for the organization? Do you think they should cut ties now? Should they send him off to Denver for what some people are saying is inevitable? Give me your thoughts. But let's get to this video and let's break down Alvin Kamara. Very clearly let everybody know he wants to be here. He wants to be a New Orleans Saint. But he has to take care of himself, his family, and his businesses first.
Oh, just now that you've been in this offense for a little bit now, initial impressions or other impressions?
I feel good about it. I mean, we all running the same plays in this league, right? It's just terminology. Some guys have different philosophies, so it's I think just learning. And you can ask Clint. I was annoying him during the preseason because I was hovering around him because I'm trying to ask him, like, what you thinking? What you doing? What you doing? And he's like, man, get away from me. I'm trying to call the play, like, So, but I kind of, that's kind of what I'm used to. I did it with Drew. Kind of did it with Sean, just trying to be ahead and just kind of get into the mind of the play caller. He's calling the play, so you want to kind of.
And to be honest with y'all, I think that was a lot of the frustration with Pete Carmichael. I don't know Pete Carmichael. I got no idea. Really all I know about Pete Carmichael was the interview I was, fortunate enough to do with Lance Moore, which is found on the YouTube channel here. We asked him a little bit about Pete Carmichael, and he went into, of course, like as what everything I've heard is compliments about Pete Carmichael, about how he is good, in practice, and he really is good with quality quality control and certain offensive, gameplay elements. But in terms of like real game time play calling, it's a whole different animal. And I think he was trying to figure it out. And whenever you're trying to figure it out, you got to think Pete Carmichael didn't want this job as an offensive coordinator. He didn't want it. Like, they interviewed other people as soon as Dennis Allen moved into the head coaching role, and they kept him around anyway. So I think Alvin Kamara hasn't probably really been able to get into Pete Carmichael's head from that standpoint, because Pete Carmichael was trying to figure it out himself. So Clint Kubiak, maybe, hopefully they working together. I see there's good chemistry, especially, I see Clint with Spencer Rattler, things like that. So hopefully there's that chemistry there with Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is able to have that input, and through that's why I think we're going to see a healthy dose of Alvin Kamara in that backfield, man, especially with that motion heavy type of 49ers scheme that Clint Kubiak's coming from. That's going to be glorious.
Try to be on the same page, and that way then I can kind of piggyback and catch his rhythm, and then I might be seeing something that I think he might be thinking about or about to think about, and
I'm saying,
lead him to it.
So you liked him on the sideline then?
Yeah, I liked him. I asked him too. I was like, "What you think?" He was like, "I ain't never leaving the sideline." So hopefully he's on the sideline this game.
It's always hard to project until you actually do it, Alan. But do you, I guess, foresee?
This is going to be a comment. I want people in the comment section. Let me know if you are if you were an athlete, especially if you were at a higher level. Comment below if you preferred your coordinator on the sideline versus in the booth, or even as a fan, I guess, if you have a preference and why.
See a spike or increase.
None of y'all might comment, but I am curious just in case.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. I think that's what they're here for. I think that's what Clint is here for. I think that's what the rest of those guys are here for everybody across the board. I mean, even Shaheed and Chris and even our tight ends. I think that's what's expected, increase in production.
How promising is it to have seen that production in other places and kind of projecting, yourselves in those roles?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what they've been able to produce, it's exciting. So, I think that's the best tell of what's to come in the future. You see some seeing what they've been able to do at other places, and then it kind of it stood true. So hopefully we do the same here.
How soon do you? I know you've talked to us in the past.
I feel like me speculating again. I feel like he's trying to let everybody know it's gonna be a lot of backfield, man. It's gonna be a lot of motion. I think we can all agree on that. And motion is the best way to counteract a bad offensive line. It's something the Saints ranked dead last in just about last season with Pete Carmichael, and something the 49ers are towards the top at. So I think what AK's touched on is a motion-heavy offense. That's what we're gonna see with the Saints. I think you're gonna see a heavy dose of the run game, like we saw with the 49ers. Hopefully, we're gonna see that with AK and the Saints. So I think that's what he's saying. He's like, look, I'm gonna get used a lot. I won't be the only guy in that backfield. Shaheed's going to be back there, and it's going to be a lot of motion, a lot of what they did that was successful. Hopefully we'll see that replicate in New Orleans. Yeah, bro, that's what I think he's touching on. You just don't want to tell everybody the sauce.
Have that success. Have something tangible.
Oh, my bad. I'm yapping. My bad, y'all.
Do you? I know.
And what they've been able to do at other places, and then
my bad, y'all.
It stood true. So hopefully we do the same here.
How soon do you? I know you've talked to us in the past about knowing what it's supposed to look like and feel like, and maybe it just didn't feel that way. How soon does this team need to feel that, have that success, have something tangible to kind of hold on to know that it is real?
I mean, the season here now, so it's kind of like
it's a weird question.
We're gonna find out on Sunday
if it's real. Some of these questions, bro.
Is it? Are we where we need to be? Are we where we think we are, or do we still got a lot more work to do? Or, I mean, it's early.
I don't know if the locker room's roasting that question, but I would be roasting that question. Some of these questions, and wait till you hear about
game one, but, I feel like you
that was weird.
You got to kind of come out.
I don't know if it's real.
Kind of establish who you're going to be. So, we'll see.
If you were in there and asked that question, you're watching this.
Like what?
I guess in terms of just like, it not being done right now, I mean, you just push out aside now that the season's here?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's too late for contract talk. I'm kind of, like I told
you. Look. Ask the question, bro. Don't stumble. I hate when people are like, he asked what you mean because he's stumbling. Like, ask the question.
It's going to be, so we'll see.
Everything's still the same with the contract, but...
like what?
I guess in terms of just like, it not being done right now, I mean, you just push out aside now that the season's here?
Oh, yeah.
Ask, bro.
It's too late for contract talk. I'm kind of, like I told y'all when I got to L.A., like, I mean, if it get done, cool. If it don't,
AK, cool. Any updates with the contract talk? We'd love to see you in New Orleans, baby. What's your thoughts?
Talking about it until after the season.
Ask him.
I don't want to talk about it.
A lot of people on social media noticed your house is for sale.
Yeah.
Anything?
You looking for a house?
Much cheaper discount.
Hey,
But
everybody pull some money together. Y'all sell it. Y'all can make it the media house. Exactly. Yeah, no, I'm selling my house. I would like to call myself a serial entrepreneur. I dabble in many things, and real estate being one of them.
And it's true. Like I said, this man was investing in a GTA server. Like I said, back in my 2XG days, it was random. It was one of the coolest, parts of being in that really crooked, organization. But look, he's not lying. He's across a lot of different ventures. You can just Google that shit. Real estate's one of them. Absolutely.
So, yeah, and then I talked to Matt Bowers, and he told me I can live with him. So I think it was a good financial decision to
I don't think that's a real. I don't even think that's a real statement, bro.
just because people are curious, like, I'm not curious. Is it more related because like you're not necessarily under contract for next year, or is it just because like you're looking?
Nah,
I'm not trying to roast.
Because people are curious, like.
I'm not trying to roast these people into asking a question. Y'all just ask, bro. They're so nervous.
Is it more related? Because,
Is it
like,
more related
you're not
to the?
necessarily under contract for
Ask.
or is it just because like you're looking?
Nah,
Is it because you don't have the guarantees? AK, what's your thoughts, man? People don't understand the contract situation, how it's broken down. Can you explain what you're looking for? And see what he answers with.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nick know what I'm talking about. So yeah. So I
Really under contract for next year, or is it just because like you're looking?
Nah, I'm just Matt Bowers told me I could live with him. So I figured that why spend my money when I can spend Matt's money? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nick know what I'm talking about. So yeah. So I'm just I and my brother's a real estate agent also. So we kind of I wouldn't say that it was I had a exact plan, but I had plans of I'm pretty intentional when it comes to like those moves that I make with real estate. Like I got other properties around the city too, so I mean if I sell it today, I'll have somewhere to be, so I'm good.
Big picture, just 8th year in the league. How excited you just started on that?
Man, it's another year, man. It goes by fast. I mean, everybody wasn't here, but I know all y'all remember rookie Alvin, and and now it's year 8, and I'm like, dang, it flies. Mark and Adrian Peterson and Ted Ginn, they all told me that, and I'm 2017. I wouldn't think I'll be sitting here like I'm like the old dude now, like damn. And I'm telling everybody else like, man, this shit flies. It goes quick. So I mean, it's a blessing, that, and especially to be in the same place for so long. Man, I was thinking about it last night. You just put in a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice, and to be able to still be doing it, it's amazing.
Getting rid of Edgy, that's part of the maturing process.
You said what?
I said getting rid.
That means pay him, bro. I mean, pay him. You want me to break that down? I mean, pay him. I've been here my whole career. A lot of sacrifice. Give him his money, man. That means give him his money. He sacrificed to get to this. Give him his money. Give him some guarantees.
I was going to ask you about that. I don't want to lump you in with Cam Jordan and Demario Davis just yet. You're still in your 20s.
Yeah.
But they've been pretty open about being aware of their career mortality. And I mean, I guess especially year 8. I mean, do you feel the same way? Like, we don't have time to waste.
Oh,
After you missed the playoffs 3 years in a row, and you're like,
for sure. I feel like
That's a good question.
Said, like there is no time to waste, because I mean, okay, let's just say half. I'm at a halfway point. If I were to play 16 years or whatever, 10 years,
that's the one.
I'm on the back end of my career, right? So, I mean, that's just an assumption.
I ain't gonna break it down again because I already broke that statement. That's a very profound statement. That's a very, very wise statement. That speaks to the sheer wisdom that Alvin Kamara has in his late 20s. It's commendable, and I hope a lot of other athletes look up to it. Not just that I look up to it. I hope anybody who could hopefully come into some money looks into it. I've never came into a large sum of money, but I tell you what, when I do, I'm gonna try to have the same perspective of as guys like Alvin Kamara in terms of saving it, doing right by your family first, taking care of your family first, and everything that comes with that. And investing.
I don't want to sit here and say, oh well, I got time. Ain't no time. So I'm trying to run it up.
Money too, though. Exactly.
I can to have the most success, and then in this league we measure success by a Super Bowl. We're playing in February, so that's what I'm trying to get to.
is there any way that, like, having that institutional knowledge all across this locker room, being like, hey, this, there's no next year, this year, like, is there any way that can help?
Yes and no, because I think everybody's not old like me. So you got rookies that are they still don't understand that they're like there's no time to waste. They'll get it later when they're sitting in year 8 like me, and I'm like, damn, that shit flew. But I think guys understand, and I think from top down, from the captains, from Derek and DeMario and Cam and those guys, I think they do a good job of communicating that time is now. So we just following suit.
I'm going to say that a lot of people mentioned the leadership of Derek Carr last year, and I think that was a big problem in the locker room just from an outside an outside fan perspective. That we could probably all agree on. So him mentioning Derek Carr, right, in that list of leaders, I think that's cool. I don't think you saw that a whole lot last year. You also didn't see Derek Carr very involved with the community. And I know there's videos about Alvin Kamara, but you saw Derek Carr get involved with DeMario. I think DeMario Davis really showed him around and said, hey, look, man, you got to love New Orleans for New Orleans to love you back. And you saw Derek Carr at the barber shop in the offseason to that event. He's doing a lot of things with the churches and things like that. And then you see him here getting mentioned from Alvin Kamara. So I think that's more than just reading a script. I think Kamara means that. And I think Derek Carr, at least in certain ways that I've wanted to see him step up, that so far up to heading into week 1, I guess he's done that in a lot of ways. So I wanted to give that a shout out. And Alvin Kamara mentioning that kind of confirms it in a lot of ways. In my opinion,
2017, maybe I'm kind of drawing the parallel here. It seemed like you kind of came out of nowhere. 3rd round draft pick, people were like, what is he? Is he a 3rd down back? Like, what is he?
Yep.
Do you think this team can kind of come out of nowhere this year and potentially surprise some people who aren't high on him right now?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Look, I don't watch ESPN. I don't watch a lot of that stuff. I just hear what people talk about in here, and then well, ESPN ranked us, whatever, or wherever, and these people are saying this and that. I don't really look at it. I hear some of it from just overhearing things in the locker room, but I don't really care about where. I think I've been pretty consistent in that throughout my career. Like, I don't care what nobody else say. I'm just worried about what's going on in this building. So whatever we have to do in this building to succeed every Sunday, that's what we'll do. So whatever everybody else is saying, then good for them. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't take any offense to it. Keep it moving. Cool.
So the update, to sum it all up, is that we're going to table it. And that Alvin Kamara, the Saints front office and coaching staff are on the same page, that all eyes, all focus is on week 1 in the dome opener against the Carolina Panthers in the Caesars Superdome. And we have to respect that. Alvin Kamara could take the Jamar Chase route, could take the route that a lot of other athletes take that I have no problem with. It's a business. I understand it, right? And not playing, sitting, right? Putting their organization in a really tough spot until they get paid the money they feel that they are due. And Alvin Kamara is definitely due some guaranteed money, whether or not you want to agree with me or not. I think most would agree he is due and he is deserving of some guaranteed money throughout the rest of his deal in New Orleans. Through all that, he's sticking it out. He's prepared to play and suit up against the Carolina Panthers week 1, and we're going to roll with him, and then we're going to deal with it later. And you know what? A later problem is not a today problem. Like my favorite, Friday afternoon, right? We'll deal with it Monday. So I guess Monday's next offseason. But I appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comments your thoughts once again on the Alvin Kamara situation. Catch us live on TikTok every single weekday morning when we play Madden. We talk Saints, we talk football, we talk wrestling, and we have a good morning and we hype you guys up. So thanks again. Stay safe. Be kind to one another. And as always, who that? We that? Believe that. Check out the website, thegameandgrunt.me. Love you guys.